Hey, we back. It's another one live, one-on-one with Mr. 365, man. I got a special guest in the building with me as always, man. Uh, man, I'm kind of happy to do this interview, man. It's one of my guys. Been known for 10 plus years. Let's just go there. 10 plus years. It's my guy, man. Like I said, this is one of the ones that I want to bring to y'all. I'm very proud, man. Introducing people who I got in the building with me.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Greg Owens, north side of Columbus, stand up, Grammy-nominated world-class musician, songwriter, producer, engineer, you name it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad to be here and sit with my guy, Richie Smith, a.k.a. Mr. 365. You know what I'm saying? He known me since I was around probably like 16 years old, so it's dope. It's dope to be here, so yeah.
Nah, man, it's very dope, bro. And like you mentioned a little bit, let's go back to the beginning. Like, when did you start getting into the music? Because I know you got a musical background. So when did you start getting into it? Like, you loved it.
So it's a story that my mom said that I was in the womb and I was like constantly kicking her stomach to the beat. You know what I'm saying? It's like a steady beat. So I've been just been musically inclined since I came out the womb. And so really around 2 or 3 years old, I discovered that I could play the drums. And so and then 5 years old, I formally took lessons. Shout out to Mr. Russell Myers. I learned a lot from just rock beats, jazz, any type of genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned from him. And then I grew up playing in the church, like around 5, 6 years old. My first public performance was at my preschool graduation. I got a picture of it. I got on a white graduation gown. You know what I'm saying? I remember the songs that we played as well. So started off playing drums, and then like I fell in love with rap because I used to listen to a lot of Will Smith. I couldn't really listen to a lot of Jay-Z or Nas or anything back at the time. And so my household was old school funk, gospel, everything from Kirk Franklin. Again, I had to listen to Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? Just clean cut music, right. But it was still bops, you know what I'm saying? Had that groove, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then later when I got into producing and recording my own music is because of Kanye West when he dropped College Dropout. So I was playing that just all the time, and I realized he make his own beats and he rap on his own stuff. I want to do that. And so my dad, he got me this music maker software, and I've been making beats and recording my own music ever since 13 years old. And just from there, it's just the rest is history,
Yeah, so let's talk about that, because like you said, when I met you, you were still a teenager.
Yeah.
And, it was just kind of dope to me. I work with all type of artists, all genres of music, all fields of entertainers. So, I don't really have no limit on, I only mess with these guys or these guys. So one thing that did, stand out about you to me was you were producing your own music at the time. You did have a cleaner image, because like I said, I work with everybody, so that drew my attention. Bro is dope. He produces. He can sing a little bit on his hooks. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I was real intrigued by that. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to, help you do whatever you wanted to do at that time.
Yes,
Remember, I used to be like, hey, bro, whatever you want to do, I'm down with it. I'll help you.
Yes,
I just think it's so dope. So how was that though? Coming up, like you said, not really being able to listen to maybe some of the stuff that your friends was listening to, or the outside world was listening to, but still being able to be in tune with the culture.
Right. So of course, when I first started off, I was talking about guns, I was talking about hoes, all that stuff, what I thought, what I'm saying was gonna be cool. But then my parents was listening to my stuff, was like, well, you don't really know nothing about that life, but you can just be you. You don't have to you don't have to do all that stuff. You can just talk about what you're going through and everything like that, and just be you. So that's just clicked for me. It's all right, cool. I ain't gotta do everybody else is doing. I could just be me. And also, I was young, so it's I wanted to make music that that people not just my age could listen to, but you know, adults can listen to. Everybody can listen to. You know, they can play for their kids and everything, and so that point, I just kind of adopted that. I just kind of adopted that mindset. Like, look, like I said, just be you, and so around 13 years old, you know, I started like Diddy was like a huge inspiration. I was that bad boy, you know, that's having a CEO, being CEO of a record label, and so I was like, yo, I want to do that too. So anything I put my mind to, I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. Yeah. And so like at a very young age, started like 13 years old. You know, I had like rappers, my friends was rapping. You know, like I was the music guy, so people knew like to come to my house and make some, you know, make music, whatever the case may be. And so, you know, I had my friends that was rappers. So there was like under my I forgot what my record label was called. I think it was like TKO Productions at the time.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
And then I switched. Okay, it was TKO Productions, and I switched it to the Next Generation Entertainment. Yeah. Then I switched to Young Nation Entertainment. Yeah. And so around that time, I met Trey Cash. Yeah. You know, rest in peace, Trey Cash. Also, his pops, rest in peace, DJ Russ Dog. Yeah. He was the first person to buy beats from me. Like when I tell you like the history in Columbus, like it's deeply rooted. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the OGs. You know that took a chance on a young cat like myself that was watching me doing what I was doing, and just trying to help me out as much as possible. And so yeah, I just been having my own record label, had my own little record label, had like artists and everything under me. They record on my house, put out music and everything. So even like people around my age, like we had our own scene. So like, you know how Columbus is, we got so many scenes. Yeah. And so like we was just the young niggas just like coming up. It's like we just putting stuff on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like we had rappers from Northland, from Independence, Beechcroft, even like artists from Westerville, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we all knew each other. And so like just for like the OGs, like I said, it's just the OGs was watching what I was doing, like OGs like yourself, you know, just embraced me. And yeah, so I would say like the earlier days it was more so just like being like just being in my house, just like perfecting my craft and like just trying different things and having people that wanted to make music come to my house and let's just make some music, let's just be creative.
Yeah, so how does it feel though, like to come from those times of like the earlier grinding days, and, you know, because now we're in a real digital era of music. So I always tell people, because it make everybody that was, even yourself, like that was doing it kind of, we was digital. Yeah. It was still hand-to-hand contact, you know what I'm saying, when we was coming up. Right. So now to see the game where it's at, like, fully digital, it's kind of so accessible to people to do what we had to put a lot of work in to do.
Yeah, we did.
But on the flip side, how do you look at the game now? Like, all right, you know, how far it's come?
You know, honestly, with like everything must evolve. And so like for me, especially with the social media, sometimes I don't even want to be on social media because like I just want to be the creative. I just want to be in the studio. I just want to, you know, play my drums or just go on gigs. But like because of the social media opens you up to the whole world, and so like you just never know who's going to listen to you, who's going to watch you. You know, you can go viral like just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've built some of my audience, some of my audience off social media. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for social media, a lot of people would have known me. Like my music is played all over the world. Yeah. So it's like I wouldn't have that opportunity had it would have been like it was like back in 2009 or back in 2010, because we was just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just what it was. So I like where it's going. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta. I just figure out what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to put on social media. And it's been kind of nerve-wracking at times, but it's also been fun as well. So it's good to see that I'm connecting with people all over the world, even with artists and producers and musicians all over the world. Like we just all connected, you know what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful part about it.
Yeah, I think that's what's dope about social media, is because you can connect with like-minded individuals across the world versus, you know, but before you had to do so much to get in the realm of these people's circles and different things of that nature. Right. So I feel like as far as business, it really works if you can use the tool how it needs to be used. So if you got some people that's coming up now, like younger kids, man, that youth that's watching you, and they like, I'm inspired by what he's done, or you know how he moves, and want to get into the business, what advice would you give them?
Um, I would just tell them like just again, just figure out who you are first and foremost. What do you want to say, and how you want to say it, and just don't be afraid to think outside the box. Like, you don't have to just stick to one thing, you know. It's like I look at it as like, you know, like the young people, they different. It's different, you know what I'm saying? Like they view the world and they view music differently. So
Different.
it's like sometimes it's just whatever. It's like I'll just speak on like social media terms, like whatever's on their timeline, that's what's on their timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really realize it's a whole different world out here. Like for me, I look at myself as a unicorn. Like I've always been a person that I'm in different scenes. Like people know me from different scenes, even like in the rap scene. Like it's all so many different rap scenes, but it's like I'm tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure like you're not just tapped into what you're doing, and just tap into different things. You may just pick up different things along the way and incorporate it for yourself. And yeah, just like I said, it's just like if you want to do it, you'll find the resources eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like even just I would say invest. You know, invest in yourself. You know, if you got a laptop, you know, find like a music studio DAW that you can download. Like if you got like a Mac, you can do like a Garage Band. You know, if you got, or you can do like Studio One or something like that. Get your mini microphone. Even you use your webcam. Like back in I had a webcam before I even, you know, started building on my, build on my microphones and everything like that.
Right.
So just know, like, don't rush the process either. Just start somewhere. Like even just rapping, even just like writing lyrics just on your notes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the start. And then eventually, you know what I'm saying, also just study. Like you got to study the artists that you know that you love, and study like different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Always be versatile, because if you be versatile, you can always go in different types of rooms, different type of places. So you never want to limit yourself. So I'll just say like, yeah, just study your craft. Don't be afraid to, you know, think outside the box. Don't be afraid to branch out. You know what I'm saying? Just be you at the end of the day. Talk about what you go through, you know, and eventually those resources will find you, you know.
So where'd you get like? I know your father plays a good background in it, but where'd you get like the entrepreneurial spirit and like the know-how? Because like that was another thing that when you was young that drew me to you. That you like you said, you at 13 you was producing and starting to get it together. But by 16 we had linked up, so it's like me dealing with you and you was 16. I had to see something business in you because we started to talk a lot of business. I started to tell you like, hey, you can do these showcases on your own. Like, you feel me? You can, I started to give you, but where did that come from inside you though? Like that you knew that you could have a label or you could have people under you and you could start to be the CEO. I know you said you was inspired by like the Puffies and the, you know, different people, but where did you see it like, all right, I can do this?
You know, it's funny, again, going back to again, seeing like the Russell Simmons, the Puffies, the Earth Gottis, the whatchamacallit, even Kanye West, those type of people, those influence, Master P, you know, and it was all making music, and they was like running things. Like I look at myself as a leader, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and what really did it for me was, again, like shout out to Russ Dog, you know what I'm saying? Like he had his own label, Two Fat Bros Entertainment, and like he bought my beats from me, and it was like, yo, this dude got his own record label. He's from the crib. Like, that's like the thing about it. It's like seeing things like from my own eyes, like really was like, oh, okay, I can really do it. And like, again, I have a sort of leadership, you know, people always been drawn to me and looked at me for some type of leadership. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I want to be like the young nigga that's like out here just have his own label and everything. Like that's really what I wanted to do. And so that's what I did. You know, so I just, you know, once I set my mind to something, once I feel like I can do it, I'm a tourist too. Like I'm stubborn. So like whenever I see something, I'm gonna go after it no matter what I gotta do. So that's what it really started from, man.
No, that's dope. That's very dope. So since then, and you know, over the years, you know, like I said, man, everybody's grown now. Like you hella grown and got your own movement. And so what has Gio been doing over the past like 7 to 8 years, man?
Shit, man. I mean, you know, it's crazy. Like I've done so much stuff, bro. Like I've literally had to like beginning of the year had to like sit back and reflect on everything that I've done. Like I was to start from just on the musician side. Um, Again, I was start from just recent. I just got back from Cuba for 6 days. You know what I'm saying? That's my first international gig that I had. You know, shout out to it's a band called Mojo Flow. It's a neo-funk band. It's considered one of the top bands in Columbus, Ohio. I've been playing with them since 2021. And just to have that experience, you know what I'm saying, just to be be in part of one of the top bands in the city has been nothing short but amazing. I had a band called Harmonic Soul. In that band, we opened up for Boyz II Men at the Commons. We opened up for PJ Morton. We opened up for Pleasure P at the Forum a couple of years ago. So, and also been Grammy nominated because I played on the children's albums and got nominated for Children's Album of the Year a couple of years ago. So I got that under my bag. I put out a couple of projects. My last LP was called Eclectic Soul. It's been considered a Columbus classic. If anybody hasn't checked out my music, make sure you check out Eclectic Soul because I feel like that was ahead of its time. I've been putting music out here and there. I've just been producing and just been doing the same thing I've been doing since I was young, but now it's on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Let's see. In between time, I've done some stage acting. I'm a thespian. I did a stage play called Jenny back in 2018. What else? Honestly, it's been a lot. You know, so I've been on radio a few times since then. Again, it's just been a lot. I've done so much. Yeah, it's just crazy. My life has kind of just been a blur. So like right now, it's just like I'll tell you right now. I've been working on my new album. It's called the Glow album, and so I just been curating, you know, the sound of Columbus, the sound not just the sound of Columbus, but the sound of Ohio. So over these past years, that's what I've been doing. Just is cultivating the sound. What does Ohio sound like? What does Ohio sound like? And all because of the different bands that I've been in, I've been able to take those influences. I'll just take those influences that's, you know, the people that's around me, the artists around me, and just kind of just put it in all like in the gumbo and just started just like cooking up in the kitchen, just figuring, all right, this is the sound of Ohio. So that's my next phase right now, is just giving y'all the sound of Ohio.
Now that's dope. So how does it feel though, like, to be one of the leaders of like the culture, you know, because like I feel like once you've been into something, like you're like a vet now.
Yeah.
Like you're like once you've been in something so long, like you become a pro.
Yeah.
And you become a veteran, like when you keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, we have a generation now that's behind y'all that's coming up. So how does it feel like for you, like to see how we've evolved as a culture, like even in just Columbus, like, because you know there was a lot of things that's going on now that we had to struggle to get. Like I look at a lot of these artists and I say, if we wasn't going so hard and what we were doing, they freely wouldn't be able to do what they're doing now. I don't care what genre music is. The hard work that we put in is kind of with this next generation, and why it so looks like they're just doing it easy. You know what I'm saying? So how do you look at that? Like I played a part of that. Like
I was talking about this to somebody the other day. Like you know, the work that we've put in, specifically myself, it's like we all want to see Columbus win. We all want to see Ohio win. The people that's been doing it for a long time, there's people that's actually got that mindset. Like we don't mind putting in the work, no matter what we got to go through, because we know like we got some shit here, we got some shit to say, and like a lot of people, even like people outside of Ohio, they get the influence from us. You know what I'm saying? Like even like the West Coast, they get their style and their sound from us. You know what I'm saying? Even Stu will say it. And so me as a person that's been in the scene, has been in multiple scenes, been kind of like a unicorn. Like I wanted, like I've been the type of person to be like, okay, how can I contribute and how can I help? How can I use my gifts? How can I use my influence, you know, to help shape the culture and help build the culture so that we can pave the way for the younger artists coming in. Because it's not really about me. It's not really about just everybody else. It's about the whole collective. So over the years, you know, again, I've had like cook-ups at my house. Like I've been fighting the who's who in Columbus. Like I would say like in my age group, like especially starting around 2016, 2017, it was like a whole renaissance where we went to each other's shows, we was at each other's houses, we were just cooking up music and just doing all those things. It was beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how Columbus should be. Like I feel like we're in the midst of another renaissance right now. To where like we're starting to get back to more collaboration. So I think that's a big thing with Columbus, because they say like Columbus have cliques, and you know, and we do in a lot of cases we do. But I've never been the type to be like, oh, I'm just gonna work with my clique. I'm like, all right, I see you over here, I see you over there. How can we put this together? You know what I'm saying? I'm more about collaboration. So what I've contributed in the culture, you know, and I ain't gonna hold you, like, you know, I don't think I really got my just due just yet, which is fine, because I'm just in it, because, you know, we just in it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, eventually you're going to have to start respecting it, like, what I'm doing. Eventually you're going to have to be like, all right, he's been doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, look, I'll say that to say this. You know, me and Wise was sitting here speaking earlier about, you know, I'll ask some questions and things like of that nature, like, because, you know, I don't feel like none of us get our just due.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, when you know you the one or one of the ones, like, it's kind of like the culture that we come from, the temperature of Ohio, it's almost like LeBron James still don't get his just due.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of like when you come from that and you know you great,
right,
they not going to tell you great. Now,
right,
you'll have a lady walk up to you and be like, baby, I love what you do. And it'll be so heartfelt and well, and you'll be like, and then that almost to me is like justification of everybody else not telling you.
Right. That's all you really need at that point, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna hold you, like this past year, this like beginning of the year, I was kind of feeling like that. I'm like, man, like I done so much, I don't feel appreciated. Like I've been getting so much. I'm like, y'all not giving it back to me. But again, it's one of those things where, you know, like you said, like a lady will come up to you, it's like, you're doing an excellent job, keep doing what you're doing. And I've had people just along the way just say, just keep doing what you're doing, because we watching. We watching. So I was like, okay, cool. Y'all watching me? Okay, cool. It's going. All right, I'm gonna keep going, because I mean, at this point, I have to, because people are looking to me to do my part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, at this point, it doesn't matter. You're gonna either you're gonna acknowledge it, or you're not gonna acknowledge it. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna respect it. You're gonna respect it. Yeah. So as long as since I had that mindset, I'm like, all right, it's up. It's up for anything. It's up for everybody. Like it's for Ohio. It's period. Like I'm done playing around. Like it's like, no, we about to turn to y'all. Think y'all seen something right now? Wait till y'all see my next shit. So that's just where I'm at with it right now.
So how important to you was it to have like a good support system? Because that's one thing I know you did have. Like your parents did support you, like as far as your dreams and your goals. So how big was that for you?
It was huge, man. Like honestly, because it's like I don't have no siblings, so I'm the only child. So they everything has been invested into me, you know. And like I feel like and sometimes it feels like a lot of pressure, but you know, they both are two educators. You know what I'm saying? Like they both are well renowned in that field, and also in their respective sororities and fraternities. My dad's a Sigma, my mom's a sorority, my mom's an SG Rho, so they have that influence. And now it's not just like my parents, it's like just the community around me, you know what I'm saying? People have always been looked down for me. I guess they saw me, and they see my gift, and they see what I was doing. I was like, all right, either you need to keep doing what you're doing, all right, or it'd be like, nah, stay away from here. Nah, we can't have you do none of that stuff. Especially the street dudes. Like I'll say a lot of the street dudes. I didn't grow up in the streets for real, but like I used to live down the street like across the way, like from the terrace, you know what I'm saying? So like they would come to like Minerva Park and like just be kicking it out there, and I would look up to them, But they was like tell me, and also they looked up to my they respected my dad too. It was like, nah, we ain't gonna let you do that, or like, nah, it's just stick over here because like we see you doing your thing. So, but as far as my parents concerned, like they never stifled me. They always made sure I was well rounded, like just put me in different programs, extracurricular activities, and everything. I didn't do a lot of stuff a lot of people was doing, my kids my age was doing. So it's like I was able to stay focused. And also they ain't play about me. They ain't you know what I'm saying, they ain't let me let me slob or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they saw my gift and they just, you know, they invested into it, you know what I'm saying? So that was very important. So without that support, I don't think I would be where I'm at today.
Nah, and I respect that. That's why I said it, like, because early on, like I said, I was dealing with you. And then when I did, finally, you had did that showcase and I had came out, I got to meet your parents. And, you know, it was surreal to me to see the people that, you know what I'm saying, produce this great young talent. You know what I'm saying? And I always heard about them. You always tell my dad, you know what I'm saying, do this, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope. And like I said, now, even to see you now to where you come, like, it's still like a great feeling to me, because I feel like what I do in entertainment, bro, is I wouldn't call myself a teacher, you know what I'm saying, because that's cliche, but just like I've been in this business since I was a kid, and being around and being a sponge and learning and, you know, watching people be very successful, people I know, like, dang, if they can do it, I can do it, like you said. So it's like, but one thing I've learned is kind of the mentality you got, like, I can build this. Right. Like, I can, and you watch me even till, for me being an artist, like, see, that's the thing. Like, even when I was an artist, like, I was doing this, I was the business. Right. So it was like, I had to really choose a lane. And I would say, per se, it didn't really happen until my DJ passed away. So that's what my revelation was that made me just be like, I didn't really have a passion to do music no more after that. Right. I mean, I love music. I still record and stuff. Like, that was my call to be like, just do the business. Like, for some odd reason, because when I'm traveling, I got my partner with me. It was like, that ain't even what I want to do. Right. I want to go find nobody to replace him. Right. It's like T.I. I feel like T.I. Like, so boom, it pushed me more to focus on my business and the business aspect of the business that I've probably been neglecting, trying to be the artist. Not neglecting, but just not focused on the business all the way. I'll be halfway in, halfway out. Right. Like, I'll do this, but let me get booked and I'll be out here. So it's just like, it made me focus more on what I knew I was supposed to do, and that was help people like you and the other people. The thing I've been doing. Yes, sir. But I felt like that's what my calling was, to be where we at now. I ended up going back to school, getting a degree in this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it pushed me towards kind of ahead of what's going on now. Right. Like, I didn't know that the world was going to change into this media field like it was, but I was already in it. So I was like, when it happened, boom. It's gonna change another 3-5 years too. So I'm saying it's gonna be some other shit going on that we gotta learn, you know. Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Even being younger than me, like, knowing the evolution of, like, the industry, the entertainment, the world, like that. You know, in the next 5 years we're gonna be doing something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you prepare for stuff like that? I mean, you just gotta, like, be willing to, you know, just to be in it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to change with it. I've always been like, not just like change the times, but like, not just change with the times, but like, again, I've always felt like I've been ahead of my time as far as like what I've done. So like, I'm always figuring out what I can do. Like, again, it's like I have my own lane. I'm always figuring out like what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's ahead of its time, but also just knowing like, okay, this is where we at right now. All right, it is what it is. What you gonna do about it? You gonna just stay back in 2020 or 2025, or you just gonna keep progressing, but still be you and figure it out. I think that's like the
That's like the fun part for me. It's just figuring it out,
Figuring it out.
just figuring it out. That's fun for me. I have fun just figuring it out and just figuring out what lane I could tap into as the world evolves. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna keep evolving whether you want it to or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's just always been my mindset. Just like, all right, cool. This is where it's at. All right, let's figure it out.
So I'm sure this is a crazy question, but just for the people that don't know how to do it, how do they search your music?
Greg Owens everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. If you got SoundCloud, I got a bunch of gems on SoundCloud. Greg Owens Music. Again, any platform that you can stream music, you can look into videos. I'm on there. You can also visit my website, Greg Owens Music, GregOwensOfficial.com. So I'm just everywhere. Yeah.
If they want to reach out to you about some production or just want to work with you, how they get in contact with you there?
Yeah, you can DM me at Greg Owens Official on Instagram. You can also reach me at GregOwensOfficial@gmail.com. If you want to send me some inquiries, you can also go on my website and go on my contact forms to send me like a contact, and we'll go from there. Now, I'll pure warning, like I don't just work with just anybody. So like if anybody just want to work, like I'm willing to to see it, but like we gotta be in sync because I'm not just gonna be working with just anybody. Just a pure warning. So,
No, you've always been like that. That's why I felt blessed that you worked with me. Like
because it's crazy because you knew when you send me some stuff all right, this is what type of bag I like. So I like the bops. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's get it. So it just made it a lot easier. So
but I'm one of those artists like I ain't about to send you nothing out your lane. Like I hear it. Yeah. So I'm like,
I appreciate that too. I was like, yeah, it's hard. Yeah. I was listening to this couple of joints that we did. Like it was like 2 joints that we did. I was listening to them not so long ago. So I was just like binge like going back to like my old shit. So I know. I'm gonna send them old joints because like them shits was hard. Like especially from back then. Hell yeah.
Back then we was way ahead of our.
Way ahead.
That's what I'm saying ahead. When I see the music scene now and how far it's come. It's like we created this movement.
That's what I'm saying. Like the shit that we was doing back then, niggas is doing it now.
Like in like real time, and it's more of a digital era, so they're able to be seen the way we wasn't able to be seen.
Right.
MySpace and stuff was just Facebook was just coming and like you know what I'm saying. So it's like we learning this stuff as it goes. Where my daughter was born with an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
these niggas is born with a fucking the digital world. Like we had it like before digital and after. So I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Like we was outside, we had to worry about no phones, no Instagram, no social media. It was like it was better back then, but we also understand what's going on now. So I think for our generation, we just understand both sides, and we're just using that to our advantage.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Wallaby. I was like, bro, we come from the era that we had to get out there and get it.
You gotta go through the mud.
So now that we have the tools to just be, I can go to, like you said, get my song heard in Africa or Europe right now, off the click of a button.
Right.
It's so dope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. What else can we look forward to though from like you in the future? What is some of your? I know you've done a lot, so it's like what are some of the goals that you look forward to doing in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, like I said to other people, like I'm ready to like take this shit to the next level. Like I don't think people realize like my next album. I don't think people realize what I got brewing right now. So it's just like. Again, I'm taking out how I sound, that funk sound with that, but we got that eclectic shit going on, so I'm just blending all that together and just putting it out there. I just got my LLC from my entertainment group, the Glow Entertainment Group LLC. Right now, it's gonna be just the music side. Right now, it's just hopefully I could do like a multimedia like you doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So that the music's first. I mean, again, like I don't know, man. I don't know what the future holds, but I know it's gonna be good. I want to get into all types of things, but right now the future is just making quality music. And just also I got artists I'm working with as well, working with those artists as well, man, getting their music out there, and it's just like I'm just ready to tap into whatever's coming. So
so do you are you excited about the way the world is receiving Ohio now?
Yeah, man, it's about damn time. I mean, like it's slow. It's again slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? It's slow, but I think again, you could probably feel it as well. It's a feeling it's like it's brewing. Like
you can feel it.
You feel it.
You
Exactly.
can feel it.
You can feel it. Like this is what we've been working towards. Like I'm saying, like all the years it's been building up to this. Like we already knew what we had. We already know what it is. Niggas from Ohio, we already know what it is, bro. But it's like. And we have to realize that niggas from Ohio, niggas from Columbus, like that's not doing this, like just more so like the customers, more so the listeners, like they gotta understand, like, yo, because Ohio, it's a test market, right? Yeah. It's always been a test market. We get shit before everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because economically, you know what I'm saying, it's better for the marketing wise. So like we get everything from everybody else. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, like they used to be talking about how I don't have a sound, like you trying to bite off. Nah, because y'all niggas keep coming over here and bringing it over here. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna make it up and we're gonna tweak it a little bit and we're gonna do it better than y'all. And like that's how we niggas is in Ohio. Like we just like then people think we cocky, like nah, like we just not we
about to do it better than
we about to do it better than y'all type shit. Like because we already know niggas be like we come from the mud, like nah bro, like this is homegrown type shit. And so like niggas is looking at Ohio like damn, like what's over here? And Ohio's just shaped like the heart too as well. So like we the heart of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's where it's at. And so, you know, shout out to the Buckeyes. Let's start with the Buckeyes. You know, we winning because that gave us some fuel. So like niggas, you know, looking at Ohio in that way. So it's just like it's beautiful time, bro. It's like this is only a matter of time. Once this shit starts to build, we out of here. It's Ohio over everything.
Nah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's dope to watch it in real time and just see people, like you said, you can feel it in your soul that people starting to realize what we got going on, and that's real dope, man. Any shout outs you want to give anybody, man, while you here?
Yeah, shout out to I want first to get shout out to you, Richie, man. Like I said, I just want to let everybody know, like you was one of the first OGs to embrace me as a young kid, coming up in the scene, gave my first show. Again, just like everything, just give me advice and just watching you doing what you're doing from that point on until now. So I want to shout out to you personally.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to my mom and dad, for just being there, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, without them and not stifling me and help me to be a well-rounded individual, I wouldn't be here today. Shout out to them. Shout out to also want to give a shout out to Mojo Flow. Shout out to them. They dropping the album. We dropping the album in May, so make sure y'all look out for that. Shout out to just the entire city of Columbus, man. You know, like it's about to happen. The wave is coming. Like niggas is about to recognize like we got some shit. Shout out to all Ohio as well. You know, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Toledo, Canton. This is everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in their own unique ways is doing it. So. Again, like I said, I don't have anything specifically. I just want to just shout out everybody. Y'all know who y'all are. And just shout out to everybody that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been another one. And I love the insight. It's not going to be the last time. You know what I'm saying? No. Like I said, so anytime you got something going on, you want to pop in on me, want me to break it, the music, do it, let's do it. Like I said, man, this is very surreal to me. I've watched a lot of, I don't want to say my proteges, but just like people I worked with, you know what I'm saying, and that were younger, like, you know what I'm saying, that's grown to do great things.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, just my little, I feel like whatever that little bit was that I contributed to y'all, made y'all even know
it made a big difference, bro. Also, shout out to, I want to shout out my apparel, True Ohio Player. I also have a single True Ohio Player that's available everywhere. True Ohio Players, the e-commerce merch, all my True Ohio Players everywhere around the world. TrueOhioPlayer.com. I was gonna wear it, but it's getting washed up right now. So, yeah, shout out to my pair of True Ohio Players. So TrueOhioPlayer.com, y'all.
Make sure y'all get out there and support that, man. We gonna get us some of that. Get us some merch. You know what I'm saying in here,
yes,
man. Yeah, again, bro, it's just been a pleasure to have you on here, man. Watch your growth and see where you came, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to me, you know what I'm saying, to keep watching y'all grow and watch you do better things, you know what I'm saying? And we support you always, man. Like I said, having you on the platform is a pleasure. And everybody that's watching, make sure y'all go like this, stream it, comment, share
Let's
it.
go.
You know what I'm saying? Do all of those things, man.
Yeah.
And get out there and tap into Greg Owens, man. Support all his movements.
Yeah.
And man, it's been another one, man. We out.